Session resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to take up additional reference of business.
The Secretary General is directed to read the additional reference of business.
Additional reference of business, verified complaints for impeachment. Impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte filed by at least one-third of all the members of the House of Representatives on February 5, 2025. Impeachment complaint filed against Vice President Sara Duterte filed by Teresita Quintos Deles, Father Flaviano, SBD Gary Alejano et al., and endorsed by Representative Percival B. Sendanya of the Akbayan Party List on December 2, 2024. Impeachment complaint filed against Vice President Sara Duterte, filed by Teodoro Casino, Lisa Masa, Nery Colomares, et al., and endorsed by Representatives Franz de Castro of the ACT Teacher Party List, Representative Arlene D. Brosas of the Gabriela Party List, and Representative Raul Daniel A. Manuel of the Kabataan Party List on December 4, 2024. Impeachment complaint filed against Vice President Sara Duterte, filed by Reverend Father Antonio Labiao Jr., Reverend Father Rico P. Ponce, Reverend Father Dionisio B. Ramos et al., and endorsed by Representative Gabriel H. Bordado Jr., of the 3rd District of Camarines Sur, and Representative Lex Anthony Chris A. Colada of the AMBIS OWA Party List on December 19, 2024.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, today, as provided for in our additional reference of business, a verified impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte has been filed by at least one-third of all the members of the House of Representatives on February 5, 2025. Mr. Speaker, for the record, may we inquire from the Secretary General the total membership of the House as of today, February 5, 2025.
The Secretary General will please respond.
Mr. Speaker, as of the present, The total number of members of the House of Representatives is 306.
The Majority Leader is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, may we inquire from the Secretary General how many members of the House verified and swore before him the impeachment complaint?
Secretary General, please respond to the query of the Majority Leader.
Yes, Mr. Speaker. Pursuant to Section 14 Rule 4 of the Rules of Procedures, in impeachment proceedings, the total number of House members who verified and swore before me this impeachment complaint is 215 House members.
The Majority Leader is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, may we know what is Mr. Speaker, may we know what is 1/3 of the total number of the members of the House?
The Secretary General will please respond.
Mr. Speaker, 1/3 of the total number of members of the House is 102.
The Secretary General has responded to the query of the Majority Leader. The Majority Leader is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, for the record, in consonance with the Constitution on Article 11 on accountability of public officers, particularly Section 3, Paragraph 4, and pursuant to Section 14, Rule 4 of the Rules of Procedure in impeachment proceedings, which provides as follows. Section 14, endorsement of the complaint resolution to the Senate. A verified complaint resolution of impeachment filed by at least 1/3 of all the members of the House shall constitute the articles of impeachment. And in this case, the verified complaint resolution shall be endorsed to the Senate in the same manner as an approved bill of the House. Considering that the Secretary General has certified that at least 215 members of the House of Representatives have verified and swore before him the said impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Duterte, and consistent with our rules, I move that the Secretary General be directed immediately to endorse the same to the Senate.
There is a motion to direct the Secretary General to immediately endorse to the Senate the impeachment complaint, having been filed by more than 1/3 of the membership of the House, or a total of 215 members. Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The motion is approved. The Secretary General is so directed. The session is suspended. session is resumed. The majority leader is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, in accordance with Section 16, Rule 6 of the Rules of Procedure in impeachment proceedings, I move to elect the following members of the House of Representatives as prosecutors in the trial on the impeachment complaint filed against Vice President Sara C. Duterte. Representative Jervil Jinky Beatrix Luistro. Representative Romeo M. Acop. Representative Ramon Rodrigo Gutierrez. Representative Joel R. Chua. Representative Raul Angelo Gil Bongalon. Representative Loreto B. Acharon. Representative Marcelino C. Libanan. Representative Arnan C. Panaligan. Representative Isabel Maria Zamora, Representative Lawrence R. Defensor, and Representative Jonathan Keith T. Flores. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
There is a motion to elect the aforementioned members as prosecutors in the trial of the impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Z. Duterte. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. The majority leader is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, in the additional reference of business earlier read by the Secretary General, there are 3 other impeachment complaints filed against Vice President Sara C. Duterte. These are the impeachment complaint filed by Teresita Quintos Deles, Father Flaviano Villanueva, Gary Alejano et al. And endorsed by Representative Percival Sedanya of Akbayan Party list on December 2, 2024. Next is an impeachment complaint filed by Teodoro Casino, Lisa Masa, Nery Colmenares et al. And endorsed by Representative Franz L. Castro of ACT Teachers Party List, Representative Arlene Brosas of Gabriela Party List, and Representative Raul Daniel Manuel of Kabataan Party List on December 4, 2024. And the last one, Mr. Speaker, the third one, impeachment complaint filed by Reverend Father Antonio Labiao Jr., Reverend Father Rico Ponce, Reverend Father Dionisio Ramos et al., and endorsed by Representative Gabriel Bordado Jr. of the 3rd District of Camarines Sur, and Representative Lex Anthony Chris Colada of Aambis OWA Party List on December 19, 2024. Pursuant to our rules of procedure in the impeachment proceedings, considering that the plenary has already transmitted to the Senate the impeachment complaint filed by 215 members on February 5, 2025, that is today, I move that the 3 other impeachment complaints filed on December 2, 2024, December 4, 2024, and December 4, 2024, and December 19, 2024, be transmitted to the archives. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
There is a motion to transmit to the archives the aforementioned 3 impeachment complaints filed last December 2, 4, and 19, 2024. Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The motion is approved. These impeachment complaints are transmitted to the archives.
Mr. Speaker, I move to suspend session for a few minutes.
Session suspended.
Session resumed. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move to recognize the guests of Honorable Dimsar Sali of the Lone District of Tawi-Tawi, and these are the personnel of the Ministry of Basic Higher Ministry of Basic Higher and Technical Education, led by the Provincial Director, Mariam Nuruddin.
Is there any objection? There being none.
The guests, Mr. Speaker, of Congressman Dimsar Sali, we would like to have them recognized. And these are the personnel of the Ministry of TESDA Tawi-Tawi, led by Provincial Director Mariam Nuruddin.
To the guests of our dear representative, from Tawi-Tawi. Welcome to the House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, and Mr. Speaker, under the calendar of business for the day, I move that we consider House Bill number 11354 under Committee Report 1365 submitted by the Committee on Justice. And for this purpose, may I request that the Office of the Secretary General be requested to read the title of the bill.
Is there any objection? The chair hears none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of the said bill.
House Bill number 11354, an act creating 2 additional branches of the Regional Trial Court and 5 additional branches of the Municipal Trial Court in cities in the 9th Judicial Region to be stationed in the province of Zamboanga del Norte, and appropriating funds therefore, amending for the purpose sections 14J and 29 of Batas Pambansa Bilang 129, otherwise known as the Judiciary Organization Act of 1980 as amended.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the Honorable Juliet Maridilion Ferrer, the Committee Chair of the Committee on Justice, to begin sponsorship of the measure.
The Honorable Congresswoman Juliet Ferrer, you are recognized for your sponsorship. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, it is an honor to sponsor House Bill number 11354, contained in Committee Report number 1365, creating 2 additional branches of the Regional Trial Court and 5 additional branches of the Municipal Trial Court in cities in the 9th Judicial Region to be stationed in the province of Zamboanga del Norte, and appropriating funds therefore, amending for the purpose sections 14(1) and 29 of Batas Pambansa 129, otherwise known as the Judiciary Reorganization Act of 1980 as amended, as principally authored by Representative Glona S. Labad-Labad. Mr. Speaker, I move that the explanatory note of House Bill number 11354 be adopted as a sponsorship speech for the same measure.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no interpolator on the said measure, I move that we terminate the period of sponsorship.
There being no interpolators for the said House bill, there's a motion to close the period of interpolation. Any objection? There being none, motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments.
There's a motion to open the period of amendments. Any objection? Chair hears none, motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no committee nor individual amendment, I move that we close the period of amendment.
There's a motion to close the period of amendments, there being no committee or individual proposed amendments. Any objection? The chair hears none. Motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we vote
Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we vote on second reading House Bill number 11354. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
There's a motion that we vote. There's a motion that we vote on second reading House Bill 11354. All those who are in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those who are against, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill 11354 is hereby approved in second reading. Congratulations. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we'd like to recognize in the meantime the guests of Honorable Attorney Jervil Jinky Beatrix R. Luistro from the Municipality of Lobo. These are Vice Mayor Angelito H. Abiera, Jordan Rojero, Edwin Macalalad, Dennis Magnaye, Ariel Camo, Christian Lumanglas, Jerwin Balmes, Albert De Chavez, Marvin J. Abdon, Maria Lieca Alcantara, Noel De Chavez, Emerlon Menes, Jomer Ramirez, Ronald Marsigan, Jose Delica, Mike Ledesma, Jeffrey Anuran, Jeremy Ilagan, Carl Vincent Castillo, Ralphie Ilagan, Gilbert Garzon, Jason Lester Castillo, Jake Paglikawan, Eddie Safrudin, Reynaldo Guno Jr., Remy Ilagan Nuestro, Marlon Anyayahan, Morlon Campang, Leo Cerezo, John Mariel Cerezo, Florentino Di Maano, Ricky Bac, John Mariel Cerezo, Florentino Di Maano, Ricky Baxa, Aneline Abol, Fernando Abol, Arias Balmes, Sheila May Perez, Christian Ramirez, J.R. Ramirez, Chito Albania, Pedong Carandang, Brando Dueñas, Archie Castillo, Randolph Limbaga, Norberto Abanillo Jr., Brian Capili, Mark Anthony Delmo, Jamerica Joy, Evangelista Marvin Alvarez, Ryan de las Alas, Hernan Atienza, Kurt Francis Nara, Renel de Chavez, Joler Adoptante, Jovelyn Ramirez, Lori Lee Dante, Jovelyn Ramirez, Lorelie Frane, Cecil Asi, and Karina Adalia.
Sa mga panauhin mula sa bayan ng Lobo sa pangunguna ng kanilang Vice Mayor Angelito Abiera, mga guests ng ating napakasipag at napakahusay na kinatawan mula sa lalawigan ng Batangas, malugod po namin kayo tinatanggap sa House of Representatives. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, also under the calendar of business for the day, I move to take up House Bill number 11382 under Committee Report number 13. Number 11382 under Committee Report number 1392, and may we ask the Secretary General to read the title of the measure.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of the said House Bill.
House Bill 11382, an act creating 2 additional branches of the Municipal Trial Court in cities in the 11th Judicial Region to be stationed in the city of Coronadal, province of South Cotabato, and appropriating funds therefore, amending for the purpose Section 29 of Batas Pambansa Bilang 129, otherwise known as the Judiciary Reorganization Act of 1980 as amended.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we move to open the period of sponsorship and debate.
Is there any objection? The Chair hears none. The period of sponsorship and debate is hereby open. Majority Leader. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize Representative Juliet Ferrer to sponsor the measure.
The Representative Juliet Ferrer, you may proceed for your sponsorship.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my esteemed colleagues, it is my honor to sponsor House Bill number 11382, contained in Committee Report 1392, principally authored by Representative Peter B. Miguel, creating 2 additional branches of the Municipal Trial Court in cities in the 11th Judicial Region to be stationed in the city of Coronadal, province of South Cotabato, and appropriating funds therefore, amending for the purpose Section 29 of Batas Pambansa 129, otherwise known as the Judiciary Reorganization Act of 1980 as amended. Mr. Speaker, I respectfully submit that the explanatory note of House Bill number 11382 to be adopted as a sponsorship speech for the said measure, Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no interpellators, we move that we close the period of sponsorship and debate.
There's a motion that we close the period of interpellation, there being no interpellators. Any objection? The chair hears none. Motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendments.
There's a motion.
Amendments.
There's a motion to open the period of amendments. Any objection? Chair hears none. Motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being neither committee nor individual amendments, I move to close the period of amendments.
There being no committee or individual amendments, there's a motion that we close the period of amendments. Any objection? The chair hears none. The motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we vote on House Bill number 11382.
There's a motion that we vote on House Bill 11382. All those who are in favor, please say aye. Aye. All those who are against, please say nay. The ayes have it. Against, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill number 11382 is hereby approved in second reading. Congratulations. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we consider, under the calendar of business for the day, House Bill number 11384 as contained in Committee Report number 1393. Printed copies have been previously distributed to the members pursuant to the rules. For this purpose, may I request that the Secretary General be directed to read the title of the bill.
There's a motion to consider House Bill 11384. The Secretary General is hereby directed to read the title of the said House Bill.
House Bill number 11384, an act creating one additional branch of the Regional Trial Court in the 4th Judicial Region to be stationed in the municipality of San Pascual, and 2 additional municipality of San Pascual, and 2 additional branches of the Municipal Trial Court in the 4th Judicial Region to be stationed in the municipalities of Lobo and Tingloy, all in the province of Batangas, and appropriating funds therefore, amending for the purpose sections 14E and 30 of Batas Pamansabilang 129, otherwise known as the Judiciary Reorganization Acts of 1980 as amended.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we recognize the chairperson of the Committee on Justice, Representative Juliet Marie de Leon Ferrer of the 4th District of Negros Occidental, to sponsor the measure.
The Honorable Chairperson of the Committee on Justice, Congresswoman Juliet Ferrer, you're recognized for your sponsorship. You may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, it is my honor to sponsor House Bill number 11384, contained in Committee Report 1393, principally authored by Representative Jervil Jinky Beatrix R. Luistro, creating one additional branch of the Regional Trial Court in the 4th Judicial Region to be stationed in the municipality of San Pascual, and 2 additional branches of the Municipal Trial Court in the 4th Judicial Region to be stationed in the municipalities of Lobo and Tingloy, all in the province of Batangas. of Lobo and Tingloy, all in the province of Batangas, and appropriating funds therefore, amending for the purpose sections 14E and 30 of Batas E and 30 of Batas Pambansa bilang 129, otherwise known as the Judiciary Reorganization Act of 1980 as amended. Mr. Speaker, I respectfully submit the explanatory note of House Bill number 11384 to be adopted as the sponsorship speech for the said measure.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of interpellation.
There's a motion that we open the period of interpellation. Any objection? Motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no member who wishes to interpellate, I move that we close the period of interpellation.
Is there any objection? Motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we open the period of amendment.
There's a motion that we open the period of amendments. Any objection? Chair hears none. Motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, there being no individual nor committee amendment, I move that we terminate the period of amendments.
There's a motion that we terminate the period of amendments, there being no committee or individual amendments. Any objection? The chair hears none. Motion's approved. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I now move that we vote on second reading, House Bill number 11384. So moved, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion that we approved on second reading, House Bill 11384. All those who are in favor, please say aye. All those who are against, please say nay. The ayes have it. House Bill number 11384 is hereby approved in second reading. Congratulations.
Thank
Majority
you, Mr.
Leader.
Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we now proceed with the additional reference of business and request that the Secretary General be directed to read the titles of bills and resolutions on first reading, as well as the communications and committee reports.
Secretary General, you may proceed.
Additional reference of business, bills on first reading. House Bill 11417, further amending Section 6 and 9 of the Charter of Palampon Polytechnic State University by Representative Gomez.
To the Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill 11418, mandatory allocating budget for youth programs in the local government by Representative Hernandez.
To the Committee on Local Government.
House Bill 11419, granting free maintenance medicines to senior citizens by Representative Hernandez.
To the Committee on Senior Citizens.
House Bill 11420, institutionalizing the Philippine National Games by Representative Gomez.
To the Committee on Youth and Sports Development.
House Bill 11422, providing for monthly stipend for students in state universities and colleges whose parents are enrolled in the 4Ps by Representative Sendanya.
To the Committee on Higher and Technical Education.
House Bill 11424, providing for the revised charter of the Overseas Filipino Bank by Representative Salo.
To the Committee on Banks and Financial Intermediaries.
House Bill 11425, amending the Creating a People's Small-Scale Mining Program and for Other Purposes Act by Representative Yap Eric.
To the Committee on Natural Resources.
House Bill 11426, enhancing the protection and welfare standards for migrant workers through expanded compulsory insurance coverage. By Representative Vargas Alfonso.
To the Committee on Overseas Workers Affairs.
House Bill 11427, streamlining the registration and licensing of Minahang Bayan and ensuring environmental protection and responsible mining in the utilization of mineral resources by Representative protection and responsible mining in the utilization of mineral resources by Representative Yap Eric.
To the Committee on Natural Resources.
House Bill 11428, amending Article 1, Section 5 of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos Act of 2009 by Representative Macapagal Arroyo.
To the Committee on Muslim Affairs.
House Bill 11432, addressing the shortage of principals in public schools and for this purpose mandating a one school, one principal policy by Representative Castro Franz.
To the Committee on Basic Education and Culture.
House Bill 11433, strengthening the Philippine Coast Guard by introducing policy and organizational reforms by Representative Madrona.
To the Committee on Transportation.
House Bill 11435, converting the municipality of Isulan, province of Sultan Kudarat, into a component city to be known as the City of Isulan by Representative Sakaluran.
To the Committee on Local Government.
House Bill 11436, naming the Cebu-Cordova Link Expressway to Raul V. Del Mar Bridge by Representative Del Mar.
To the Committee on Public Works.
Resolutions. House